Doctor Strange. You think you know how the world works? What if I told you the reality you know is one of many?
This doesn't make any sense.
Not everything does. Not everything has to.
I'm Anthony Marcusa with In the Seats, talking to Rachel McAdams for Doctor Strange. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
I suppose to start, I'm just wondering what makes you want to be part of what is just a massive cinematic universe that continues to expand with Marvel?
I mean, just what you said. I think they do great films. They have an amazing track record. They really support the film that they're putting out there. So, and as an actor, you just get to play in this wonderful, huge universe, right? And we just went to Comic-Con and did like a class photo of all the Marvel characters. And I mean, it was really surreal to be up on that stage with all these beloved characters.
I think there's two things that sort of set this one apart. One's the crazy visual effects, but the other one I'm hoping you can speak to is the cast. While they always cast very well, this seems to be one of the most talented groups of people to get together. And I'm wondering if perhaps in looking at the script and then on set, you may have felt that this isn't necessarily a superhero film. I don't know if movies have superhero feels to it when you're making it, but there are many moments in it when this plays like a drama.
Yeah, no, it's such a good observation. I agree. Reading it, it's such an ambitious project, and Scott really crammed a lot into a short period of time, but I love the emotion that there and the depth there is to that, the spirituality, and there's some kind of commentary that way that I think is timely. We're kind of getting back to mindfulness and healing the body with the mind and sort of opening things up more. And I just loved that this went for that. It didn't shy away from it. It wasn't afraid of audiences not going with the flow with that. And I think, it gives you everything you want from a comic book film. It ticks all those boxes, but then it's working on deeper levels as well.
Yeah, there's certainly some emotional scenes that have nothing to do with special effects or the kind of action. And with Benedict Cumberbatch in particular, I'm wondering if you can speak to him. I understand he had a certain effect on you in some scenes. He has a way of eliciting deep emotions.
He got me a little verklempt, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's so very in touch with, his feelings, which I think is sexy on a guy. So, you just look at him. He's so emotionally available and open that we had a whole day where we were crying the whole day. And I've never been able to cry that much. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have to take you on every single project with me. You're like my lucky charm.
I hope you were supposed to cry for that scene, right? It wasn't just like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we were supposed to cry. Although at one point I was like, is this too much crying? Are we doing too much crying? And again, to Scott's testament, he was like, no, it's great. And we tried one where we sort of like pulled it together and reined it in, and he was like, it's much better when you both are like blubbering idiots. Just keep going with that. So it was great. There was real, intense, small scenes between just two people having an emotional experience.
Back to what I started with, asking you why you wanted to be part of the universe. I'm wondering if you want to be a superhero, if you want that opportunity. I think your character in the comics goes in that direction, but do you yourself want that upon you to be that kind of character in these films? I'm sort of open to anything. I do feel like doctors are superheroes in their own way. There are real life superheroes. So, and my mom's a nurse, and it was just kind of nice to get to understand the medical world a bit better and how magical that kind of is itself. But in terms of being even more of a superhero, it's so fun. So whatever's. Well, the reason I ask is because there's not a lot of women as superheroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I know DC is starting to bring out Wonder Woman and all that, but there's not a lot of that. I'm wondering why, if you can comment on that, why do you think that might be? Why do we just have a couple secondary characters in these films, and what needs to be done? Well, I mean, I think as some of the source material starts to dry up, I mean, we've covered a lot of ground in terms of what was written decades ago. I mean, Doctor Strange was written in the 60s. So there's probably a little bit of a reflection of the times there.
Right.
And I think as we've exhausted all those possibilities,
Get rid of once we're
we'll
done with the
start
male
to
characters.
create some kick-ass girls.
There's only women left.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I hope you're one of them.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congrats.
Thank you.
I've spent so many years peering through time, looking for you.